Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into something called the Growth Multiplier. Now, my goal here isn't to convince you of anything. It's really just to give you the tools to figure out if this different way of thinking about growth is the right path for you. So let's jump right in. And the person who's going to guide us through this is Angema Lim. She's actually a co-creator of this whole philosophy. We're going to tap into her perspective on who this is really for, and, just as important, who it's probably not for. So let's just start with the big question, one that might already be floating around in your head. Have you ever wondered if there's a smarter, maybe even an easier way to move forward in life? And that's really the core idea we're going to unpack together. Now, this explainer is going to lay out a framework, for sure. But honestly, its main job is to help you see if this path actually feels right to you. The goal isn't to persuade you, it's to give you clarity. Before we really dig into the who, you should know this whole philosophy is built on a really solid, rational foundation. It's all grounded in these powerful concepts like time leverage, the law of multiplication, and why duplication is so critical. But for today, we're not going to get lost in the mechanics. We're going to focus on you. And this quote from Angema, it just says it all perfectly. This is all about self-selection. It's about making sure that the people who would really benefit from this don't miss out, while also making sure that people it's not a fit for don't feel like they have to force it. Okay, so let's get into the first part of this little self-assessment. Let's look at some profiles of the kind of people who often find that this way of thinking really clicks for them. Just see if you recognize yourself in any of these. First up, maybe you're the cautious planner. You've got a job, things are going okay, but you've got this little nagging feeling that just relying on your current paycheck for the long haul, it just doesn't feel totally secure. You know something needs to change, but you're not about to do something reckless. All right. What about this one? This is for anyone who feels like they've hit a ceiling. You're not afraid of hard work. I mean, you're already doing it. But you've hit that point where you realize no matter how much harder you work, there are still only 24 hours in a day, and your income just feels capped. Now, this third profile, this is about a big shift in what's important. The main question in your life is no longer just, how much money can I make? Instead, you're starting to ask things like, is this pace even sustainable? Things like your health, your family, and your actual quality of life, they're climbing to the top of the list. And finally, we have the strategic thinker. You get that you don't have to reinvent the wheel for every single thing. You understand that it's smart to leverage a system that's already proven to work, instead of trying to brute force everything on your own. Okay, this next part is just as crucial. We need to be really honest about who this is not for. This is all about building trust and, frankly, just respecting everyone's time by being upfront about what's not a good match. So I want you to take a hard look at that column on the right. If you're looking for instant results, if you're hoping for success without actually having to learn anything, if you fight against proven systems, or if you're just kind of trying things out instead of making a real choice, well, then this path probably isn't for you. And you know what? If hearing that feels like a relief, that's a good thing. It just means you're taking responsibility for your own journey. And all of this brings us to the real heart of the matter. Because this journey isn't actually about your current skills or what your resume looks like or how talented you are. It really boils down to something much, much simpler. I mean, listen to this quote. Your current skills can always grow. Your speed can be adjusted. The real question isn't about your ability. It's about your attitude. It's about your willingness to show up. So here they are, the three things that are absolutely non-negotiable. First, a willingness to learn. Second, a willingness to take consistent action over the long term. And third, a willingness to be fully responsible for your own future. See, these are choices, not talents you're born with. So as we wrap up, I'm not here to give you an answer or to push you in any direction. The entire point of this whole explainer was really just to leave you with one single powerful question to think about for yourself. So I want you to just take a quiet moment and sit with this. If you stay on the exact path you're on right now and absolutely nothing changes, will the person you are 5 years from now be satisfied, be happy with the choices you're making today? And hey, you don't need an answer from me or for anyone. You don't even need an answer right this second. The real goal is just for you to hold on to that question. Just let it sit with you for a while. That's it. That was the whole mission. If, after thinking all this over, you feel like something here really resonated,